Hi everyone, and welcome to the Sagittarius April 2023 monthly illumination reading. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot, a place for you to better connect with and illuminate your own personal spiritual importance. So hi everyone and welcome. This reading is meant to take a look at the energies for the month ahead. We're going to be looking at what you're bringing to the month, Sagittarius, what's going on around you externally, and then we're going to be taking a look at a block or a challenge, advice from Spirit as to how to overcome that, and what is waiting for you on the other side when you do. What are the opportunities or possibilities coming in for you? So we're starting here with the Two of Pentacles. This is your energy, Sagittarius. And then in your external environment, oh my goodness, we have the Ten of Cups and the Star. This is Ten of Cups and the Star together. This is truly having a little piece for yourself. Oops, I'm sorry, guys. I'm doing this reverse, but that's really interesting. Those two cards came out. Sorry, let me get into my usual spread here and then we'll jump in. So as I was saying, Ten of Cups and the Star, this is very much the energy of being able to experience in the physical what it would feel like to bring a little piece of your vision of heaven down to earth. And with the Two of Pentacles, this is an interesting energy to be bringing in yourself, because this is one where when it's external to us, this is just us juggling our day-to-day, basically our day-to-day responsibilities. This is having to, at any point, prioritize one task over another. But when it's internal like this, I get for many of you, there is this reevaluation going on of what do I want to prioritize. We can often look at this individual who's holding what could be seen as two Ace of Pentacles, meaning there is opportunity available in each, but which opportunity is the one that you want to take? So you might be actually wrestling with two opportunities in the month of April that may be coming in as fresh opportunities, seeds, if you will, from the divine, that if you choose to plant one or the other, there is a hope for it to grow into much more. Now, you do have a very supportive energy in your external environment with the Ten of Cups and the Star, and that may be why you are sitting here making a decision about what seed you want to plant in this very fertile energy. Or there may be one option this month that is more in alignment with this feeling for yourself. The Ten of Cups is the happy family card. It's one where we have so much emotional abundance, we are able to share it and celebrate it with others. And the Star is when we get to really experience that great dream or guiding hope that we have deep within us. And for many of you, this could be what you are being called to prioritize. There might be an opportunity that is going to allow you to connect with this. Now, when we're looking at your recent past and moving up into your current energy, we have the Seven of Cups, followed by the Devil, followed by the Three of Cups. So I think for many of you, there was a little bit of a time in the recent past where there seemed to be a lot of options that maybe you had a hard time choosing from or had a hard time focusing. Because the Seven of Cups can mean a lot of options, a lot of opportunities, but it can also, and it's a lot of options or opportunities that could possibly lead to emotional fulfillment and also self-realization. So there may have been you might have been in this place of, well, what do I choose? What path looks better for me? Do I go after this job or this individual even, or that kind of thing? And it might have been like, I don't know what's in alignment with me. I don't know what I really want. And with the Devil coming in here, that might have been something that held you back for a while, where you were in this maybe limbo of, this can happen to all of us at any point in our lives, where we maybe leave a relationship we've been in for a long time and suddenly we're out in the dating world and we don't really know what we want from the next partner that we want to partner up with. Or this could be where we leave a career field that maybe we went to school for, we worked in for many years, and suddenly now we want to change a course. But we don't know what that next job opportunity looks like for us. We just know that we want to make a chain. sorry guys, a change. That's interesting that the chain came in there like that. Now, underneath the Seven of Cups, we have the Ace of Swords. So yeah, there was a truth, a clarity, something that came in probably on the heels again of knowing that there was a change that needed to happen. And then you were kind of put out here in this limbo for a while. And with the Three of Cups coming in on top of the Devil, I think this really shows that through community, through sharing with others, through finding those that supported you, I think for many of you, you're breaking the chains of what's held you back from really being able to make that decision. And for some of you, it could actually be that what you were seeking here was actually this level of community, was actually this level of support, this level of, it could be finding, again, the right partner that maybe allows you to bring in that friend group or gets closer to the family unit. It could also be where you found the right work environment that's very supportive and the career path that brings in individuals and a network that really is supported. But there's something here around with this energy right now, there's a level of finding your tribe, a level of being able to celebrate with your cup with others. So maybe that was kind of the journey that you were on back here, was finding your cup among all of these options out of the great white world or great wide world. I don't know why I can't speak in your reading, Sagittarius. Very interesting. In the great wide world, there are all these options out there. And you might have, again, not really known where you as the individual with your cup, and your cup is filled with your needs, your hopes, your dreams, you weren't quite sure where that fit. And I think for many of you, you're finding now where that fits, which is beautiful. And that might lead you to possibly having this new opportunity or two opportunities that, again, you're looking at going, which one is going to get me closer to this ultimate feeling of my dream being fulfilled out here. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at what's coming in for you. So we're going to look at the block now, the block or challenge, the advice from Spirit, and then the opportunity that's coming in on the other side for you. So we have the Princess of Cups, which is the Page of Cups here in this version of the tarot. And that is your main point of challenge, your main block this month. And really how this card has been coming in for me recently is it's really bringing forward the part of ourself that I do equate to our inner child, to that inner part of ourself that, again, holds that cup, our own unique cup, the cup that we were very aware of and close to when we were younger, before maybe we got kind of thrown out into the big wide world and we lost sight of that cup, or we were told maybe that our cup was silly or that there was something in it that was not appropriate. And I think for many of you, there's this chance to almost get back to that place. But it is difficult because you might be weighing up options that actually one might be in alignment with unlocking this part of yourself, this authentic part, the part that you want to show authentically to others and share, and one maybe that doesn't. And it doesn't mean, when we think about two aces, they're both opportunities and they both can lead to growth of something. But isn't it nice when we choose that option that actually is in alignment with freeing this version of ourselves? We can try to hide that part. We can try to push it down. We can try to take the option that maybe is the easier way, where it is a more, let's say societally or socially accepted way to go. This could be like where maybe you have the opportunity to follow something that's a little outside the box or something that is more tried and true. And with the Five of Wands coming in after that, the Five of Wands is a card of getting back out there. It's one that really speaks to getting back on the horse, seeing where your skill set, it's one where I can really see healthy competition come through here, where it's going out there to see what you're capable of, what you're worth on the open market. And this can also obviously directly translate to going into the dating world too, or maybe for some of you, you kind of didn't really know what you wanted again out of an individual. Maybe you stopped dating for a while, and now you're getting back in touch with this inner part of yourself, and it's time to go out there and see where this part of you might fit, where you might find somebody who will honor this cup, this part of yourself. But it can also be a card that feels chaotic. The fives in the tarot. Oh, interesting. Did I pick the deck up? These both came up reversed, so I'm going to keep that. I don't put reversals in my deck, which is interesting. But so when they come out like that, I will keep them. So we'll get into this in just a second. But the Five of Wands can be a card. The fives in general are cards of change, can also be seen as cards of chaos because change can feel chaotic. So this could be where maybe, okay, I want to get back out there, but there's this fear of, what if my skill set doesn't apply? What if my skill set isn't good enough? What if when we think about kind of leaving a comfort zone possibly, or again, trying to see where you want to prioritize this inner child, this reconnection to the self. It might be like, well, what if I go out there and start dating again and this part of me gets hurt again? Or this part of me realizes that, I bring an individual into my life and it gets chaotic again. But there is this feeling here around community in your environment, and that you're sitting in the energy of wanting to connect authentically. And I think now is that time. April's actually a very beautiful month to do that. So we have Eight of Wands at the heart of your reading. This is what Spirit is asking you to embrace, the energy in this card to really help you get past the block of, I think, not knowing whether or not to prioritize this part of yourself. Now, for some of you, this could actually be a child in your life. Sometimes the Page of Cups can actually represent a child that is coming through, that maybe you are trying to figure out, how do I prioritize this child in my life? Or how do I, do I prioritize a child or myself? Sometimes that can happen. And for some of you who are faced with this, there might be a little bit of a chaotic environment right now at home. And it might be causing you to try to figure out how to, again, balance doing what's in alignment with and for your child versus what's in alignment with, allowing yourself to be honored in that as well. So there could be a little bit of that message coming through here for some of you. Now, with the Eight of Wands coming in, this is fast movement. It's a lot going on. It can also be very quick communication. This could be communicating from a place of what you're passionate about, from a place of what you've been working on. It can also represent quick communication that comes through an electronic means, because again, it's fast communication. So this could be you get an email, or you want to send an email, send a text, something along those lines. So I do get the feeling for a lot of you that there might be an opportunity coming in that's going to ask you to make this decision. It's going to ask you to, okay, if you've started to really show yourself authentically here, what Spirit's asking you to embrace this month is quick movement, is making that decision. It is, if something comes in that is that new job opportunity or that new individual, you get that text, you get that hit from the dating app that you're on, to roll with it, to go. You notice this individual is not going against the movement of the wands, he's flying with it. So there is something about, there could be an incoming energy, an incoming notification, something along those lines, and it's saying it's time to go. Now, on the other side of that, if you are able to kind of get into the flow energy here, we have the Six of Pentacles, which is a return on your investment. This is where things become balanced. This is where what you choose here is really going to bring something into alignment on this side. The Six of Pentacles reminds us that what we put in will always be returned to us, but it might not be exactly in the moment. That sometimes we feel like we could be putting a lot of energy towards something and not see a result, but then down the line, sometimes even years down the line, something will come to us effortlessly. So there may be that fear of, if I commit to something now, am I going to see a return on it? And this says, yes, you will, but you have to really be able to, I think, stay within your wheelhouse, Sagittarius, which is being able to move quickly. It is you are the mutable fire sign. So you are able to really adapt and flow with change easily. Now, your last point of challenge, or part of also your opportunity here, we have the Moon reversed and the Six of Wands reversed. I think for many of you, there was a lack of clarity around what you wanted to be successful at, a lack of clarity around how maybe others saw you, and a lack of clarity. There might have been this element of maybe people didn't see what you were working on behind the scenes. And there was this point where now it's time, with the Six of Pentacles coming through, it's really time for you to be seen, to reap the rewards of maybe what you've been working on, or really allowing this Page of Cups, that inner child, to kind of come out of the dark and be celebrated. The Six of Wands is a celebratory energy. It's a recognition for a job well done. But the Moon coming in here is it represents a lack of clarity, but I think for many of you, this is showing that there is clarity now, that the way what has been unclear, you again didn't quite know, maybe you also didn't get the recognition in the way that you wanted. And that might have been very frustrating for some of you. And it's time now to realize that this is a time that will balance that out. And there may be fear around this. There could very well be fear even for some of you that what you've been recognized for in the past, you might have to leave that behind and to go with the flow towards something else. And that can be very difficult and very scary. To go from the Six of Wands back down to the Five of Wands, that's being seen and celebrated for something. And then we go back down out into the fray. We go back out into the general dating pool again, where we had been the celebrated partner. Or we go back into the general, work pool, where we had been someone who had, risen in the ranks within wherever we were working. But there is a return. And that return, I think, is going to lead to something, as long as you can keep this in mind here, the Ten of Cups and the Star, the return is part of your dream. It's beautiful. It's really, I'm getting a very good feeling from this reading. And we have the Prince of Swords at the bottom, which is the Knight of Swords. Now, the Knight of Swords is someone who shares their truth openly. It can kind of come across bluntly at times, but it is an individual who is ready to express from their truth. So there may be someone, again, who's coming in to get you to share your truth, or you're being prompted here to really speak from that place of what is true to you. But I do get this feeling that there's going to be an opportunity truly this month, Sagittarius, for many of you to really kind of rocket towards a new path. Okay, so for the Princess of Cups, we have the Queen of Swords, the Six of Coins. So there's that Six of Pentacles coming in again, and the Nine of Coins. Yeah, the Queen of Swords says, the Queen of Swords knows her story. She knows her story. She knows what she's been through. She knows what she's capable of. And she knows the things that she's gone through that she survived. Let's put it that way. That they didn't kill her. They only made her stronger. With the Six of Pentacles, there is this realization of, again, what has been the return on the efforts you've put into something. And with the Nine of Coins, this speaks very much to independence. It speaks to physical abundance. So I think the truth of the matter coming through the Queen of Swords is that there has been a level of abundance that you've created for yourself. And that has been a reward of maybe this entire process going on here. But with the Page of Cups underneath, it's calling for you. You might be being asked to leave a comfort zone. Because with the Nine of Pentacles coming in here, the Nine of Pentacles is a card of, yes, you've gotten to that place of physical abundance, but there's like one piece missing, right? There's the one additional pentacle that gets us to the 10 of Pentacles, which is our ultimate legacy. It's that ultimate feeling of abundance that we really want to have in the physical, where the 10 of Cups is the emotional side to that. The 10 of Pentacles is the actual feeling of that. And I think where it gets to this point is, okay, there was a return based on all of the stuff that you went through. The return on your investment did lead you to a level of comfort and security and abundance. But now you're wrestling with, how do you add to that? How do you one up that? And in doing so, do you honor who you are authentically this time around? And maybe in the past, you did not follow yourself authentically, or you tried again and it didn't quite work out. And this is saying, well, this is the ticket. The ticket this time is be yourself, show yourself. And yes, we have the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords, again, was underneath over here. We have the Ace of Swords coming in again over here. Clarity. When you go back out there to see what you're capable of, I think for many of you, there's this aha moment. Yeah, and with the Four of Swords. Yeah, an aha moment that led you to reflect. Wow, where have I been playing it small because of the wounds of the past? Because of the things that people told me I wasn't good at? Because of the things I thought I had failed at previously? And so there's a level here of kind of being in a place of reflection and getting that clarity of, what is my truth? What is the truth of what I'm capable of, no matter the situation? Who am I? There's a little bit of that coming through, of realizing the clarity on who are you? Who are you compared to all the other people out there on the dating app? Who are you compared to all the other applicants who just submitted their resume? Yeah, with the Eight of Wands, we have the Four of Cups, and then we have Justice and the Two of Coins. So there's the Two of Pentacles coming in there again. Four of Cups. So there's a communication that's going to be coming in that showed you where you're not emotionally fulfilled, where there's something that you just kind of feel blah about. And with Justice and the Two of Coins coming in, this could be actually a contract coming in that you have to say yes or no to prioritize. And I think it's a very positive one, because it shows you again where maybe you were just doing something for the sake of doing it, and now you're like, oh my gosh, I have an opportunity to do something different. I have an opportunity to prioritize something new for myself. But again, it takes courage when something like this happens very quickly, when something like this comes in out of the blue, where the communication comes in and there's a commitment that needs to be made. This could be, again, work related. It could be any place where you really want to connect to something that's going to make you feel like you are joining a community, joining with other people who support you, joining with, again, a work team, a family team, even just a community team with friends and people like that. But there is something here that with this communication, or with this the energy that's coming in here, it's going to make you see where, again, you were kind of sitting like in this place of, I'm not feeling it. And maybe you weren't feeling even the community aspect, because the Four of Cups speaks to an individual looking at Three Cups and saying, not doing it for me. And yet his one cup is sitting off to the side, kind of being left, out in the cold, or not being realized by him to honor that. And suddenly here comes this contract. So this could be like, come join our networking group. And you're like, oh my gosh, I would love to do that, because where I am right now just doesn't work for me. Or it might be someone who comes in and says, would you like to we've got your resume. We'd love for you to show up, but we need somebody who can start in 2 weeks. And it's like, oh, okay. It's going to take some juggling. It's going to take a decision to prioritize. Do I do this or not? With Justice coming in, that can be the making or breaking of a contract. Okay, so let's go ahead here. There can also be the element too with the Justice coming in, that's the major arcana of, it is the major arcana version of the Six of Pentacles, which is truly balancing something. So this may be a time of balancing out where maybe you had not received everything you had wanted, and now maybe there's a little bit of an additional return on your investment. Okay, so Six of Pentacles and the World coming in, a hard stop. You know what's interesting is I heard when this card came out on top of this, you're worth more. So yeah, this could be that you're playing it small. I'm hearing playing it small, that the return on your investment was maybe just enough, but it's not enough anymore. It was playing it small. And maybe now some of you are realizing, maybe you get a communication. This could also be like getting a communication from someone where you thought you were sitting in a great place. You thought like, okay, like let's say this is the work world. You thought you were, making good money for the work that you were putting in. And then all of a sudden you learn through a communication that someone else is doing the same job as you and they're getting paid another $50,000 more. And you're like, what? And suddenly it makes you feel like this, like you're just not happy with what you're doing anymore. You're just like, ugh, what? No. And it's causing you to review a contract. How much do I really want to put my energy towards this then? And then this is the catalyst for the change. If I change, I have to get back out there again. But maybe this time when I do it, I'm going to do it with me first, making sure that my needs are met. Now, if this is, let's say, a relationship, this could be where same kind of thing. You get a communication or the energy starts moving and you realize, I could have more than this. I'm putting up with a lot from this individual and I'm not really feeling like that the lifestyle that I'm living and the support I'm getting from this individual is enough for me. And suddenly they may say something, or someone may come in and say something about maybe their relationship, and it makes you suddenly realize, oh, well, I want to feel that way too. And suddenly it's a review of a contract. And it's a realization of, well, do I want to prioritize this? So with the World coming, this is a hard and fast end to playing it small, to just getting enough. Yeah, with Death, woo, that really says this is final. You got the return on your investment, but you're worth more. There's a new cycle starting here, and it starts right here for many of you with Death and the World coming in. No more playing it small, Sagittarius. It's time to level up. It's time for when you go out here to see what you're truly made of, to bring your truth, to bring all of you, including the most vulnerable part, honoring your uniqueness, honoring your cup. Could be the same thing. So if you guys are dealing with, let's say this applies to your child, a child in your life or someone who is represented by the Page of Cups, this could be where there is something that comes in that is affecting your child specifically. It could be like a communication from a school or something like that where they say, we think your kid is having problems. We're going to put them on academic probation. And that puts you in this place of, well, I don't feel like I'm connected to this community. I don't feel like this school is supportive of my child or myself. And you know what? I know there's more here, and I'm not going to prioritize this place anymore. I'm going to find a school that really honors my child, or an environment that really honors my child. So it could be something along those lines too. But again, you could apply this just to yourself. I'm going to find something that really honors my inner child. Yeah, and there's the inner child, the Page of Wands. This is the innocent following of your passion. This is going out, yes, and the Queen of Cups. Yeah, for some of you, this really does speak to a child in your life. The Queen of Cups, this is the maternal energy. This is unconditional love. But this can also be unconditional love for your inner child, for the part of you that wants to go out and play. And I think for many of you, this is the realization that was for so long hidden from you, that you needed to love your inner child. Maybe there was a lack of this from your own mother. I have gotten that feeling, Sagittarius, in some of your previous readings, that there's a little bit of mother wounding, whether it came from a mother specifically, a parent-child relationship, whether it's a relationship between you and your child, or whether this is a relationship on an inner level between you and your inner child, that maybe you didn't honor that part of yourself. And when we don't honor that part of ourselves, it's very hard for us to find community that supports us and allows us to feel that on a deep level, because we're not truly showing ourselves. We're protecting that child instead of allowing that child, that part of ourselves to shine. And so there's something here that's really what you want to be seen for and as, that part of yourself. And that is going to lead you to this beautiful 10 of Cups and the Star. But this can also be too where you're doing this for a child in your life. Bottom of the deck, we have the King of Wands. I love that. This is that CEO energy. There could be a Leo in your life who is coming in to maybe be a part of this. But this is also the energy of someone who has mastered taking action from what they're passionate about, and they're responsible. They're also fiery. Now, for those of you maybe that this applies to the work world, there may be an opportunity from someone who is at a high level within a company, a CEO, a boss, somebody like that who sees you and is communicating and allowing maybe a new cycle to come forward where you get to really, again, honor your own passion, but this innocent part of yourself. Okay. I mean, this could also be a new romantic partner for some of you who allows you this part of yourself to be seen. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to relate this to my own personal experience. So, for instance, I did go through this actually both on a work and a personal level at 2 points in my life, where again I did kind of hide this part, the Page of Cups, because I felt that I was called naive when I brought that part of myself out, and I would hide that vulnerable part. I would try to what I called put on my fake businesswoman mask, like I'm here, kind of like what I would imagine the Queen of Swords would be seen as, a little more cutthroat. And it not pushed people away, but I wasn't able to find that vulnerable connection to people in my work environments the way that I wanted, because I was too busy putting on this facade of being this, worker bee who had it all together, who was just here to do the job. And it was something that I had to learn about myself, that I needed to honor that part. I also needed to find work environments that honored my passion, and I needed to really mother myself. Same thing in the work or in my love life. I went through a very similar experience. So again, this could actually apply to multiple aspects of your experience, or maybe talking to an experience in the past, maybe you're revisiting it again at this time in another aspect of your life experience. But there definitely is a call to community here that I see with the Three of Cups. And I think you're going to get a second chance at it, which is beautiful. Or finding the community that is in support of your inner child, or the support of your child. So we have Angel of Balance. Yeah, there's a lot of balance coming in. 2 6 of Coins, Justice, and now the Angel of Balance. So 48 breaks down to the number 12. The number 12 in numerology, to me personally, is the God number. There's a wholeness, a unity to it, but it further breaks down to the number 3, which is the energy of creativity, and it's the energy of greeting life with the innocence of a child. So this is really asking you to balance that part of you in your life experience. I'm going to pull a couple clarifiers, and then I'll pull a couple additional oracle cards here. Okay, so here we have the Page of Cups again. So yeah, this is just a double confirmation of saying you're being asked to integrate this inner child in your life, or to balance your life with the child. So really bringing in that level of play, having the unconditional love for not only your passion, but maybe the passion of the child itself. So, take what resonates here. Okay, I'm going to pull a Power of Surrender card. For some of you, so I'm just hearing balancing the dream, balancing the dream. For many of you, you may already be kind of half in this dream, or it may be all around you, and you feel like you're having to somehow balance what is already part of your dream with something else. And I think this may be just the month to go with the flow and to really really take a look at play in your life. And how can you integrate that more? How can you play with your own inner child? And how can you play with, if it is a child, how can you play with your child? And I think that's going to allow you to kind of zoom out and really be able to see the dream that is all around you and the community that's waiting to come in, whether this is through, again, a romantic interest that's waiting to come in, whether this is through a work opportunity that wants to come in. I love it. It says, surrender to receiving support and love. Allow the love and support of others in rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. Yes. There's definitely a community aspect coming in here. And I think it's around showing yourself vulnerably, honoring the inner child, or honoring the child, the inner child of a child in your life, or just being able, again, to really allow yourself to get into that, back to that innocent place where you get to express yourself. You get this unconditional love from yourself, mothering yourself, or going, really appreciating that this is, if you are a parent, you are truly celebrated for the love and the support that you give to your child. That's what you're going to be seen for. That's where the recognition comes in. Okay, I'm going to pull a final card and we'll just read the little, maybe like half of the excerpt that comes with it. These cards have really long descriptions that come in the book with it. And I feel like the first couple paragraphs really kind of drive the message home. So we have, I like it. It says power of the divine masculine, number 10, which further breaks down to the number 1. So there's endings and beginnings wrapped up in this number here. So let's go ahead and read the description. It says, an empowering energy seeks expression from within. It wishes to free you from confusion, paralysis, and stagnancy. It seeks to stir you into consciously chosen action, greater discipline and focus. It's time to end the frustration of repeating old patterns. You are ready to break through into a new way of life. Feel inspired, be energized, and focus on your dreams and desires. That's what the 10 of Pentacles and the Star is, focusing on your dreams and desires. Take steps to manifest them on the physical plane. Believe your success is inevitable. Love this. And I do like that it kind of brings in like a repeating pattern. And for many of you, this is that moment where you get to break that. You get to break it where you are enough. You can ask for more. You are deserving of more. And you get to show yourself exactly as you are this time around. It says the divine masculine in you knows when to accept and when to say no to a belief, fear, habit, person, or situation. This divine masculine energy exists within all men and women. It rallies the spirit and responds in times when you may feel drained, taken advantage of, or overwhelmed by too many choices and demands. It cuts through the confusion that comes with choice and priority setting. It refuses to be distracted and keeps you from being dissuaded from your life purpose. And I love that because with the 2 of Pentacles coming in here and the 2 of Pentacles coming in here, there has been this level of distraction. And this is all about choice and priority setting. Are you going to prioritize yourself? Are you going to prioritize your inner self, or are you going to prioritize the needs of your child? One way or the other, both lead to success. Both lead to support and love surrounding you, and both ultimately will lead to the dreams and desires becoming real, coming into the physical plane, as this said. It says the divine masculine is growing within you now. It is the spiritual light that reveals the truth without filters or veils. Let this energy clear distractions, demands, and drama from your life. Let it help you discern what is best for you and give you the courage to act on it. Let it help you sort out what is true from what is illusion. And that's the Ace of Swords with the 4 of Swords. This is really good, going out there into the chaos, into the confusion, and saying, well, what is right for me? What is true for me? And it says Let it help you dedicate your time and energy to what has most meaning for you. It will empower you to claim success in what matters most to you. And that's justice with the Two of Pentacles. That is claiming what is in your best interest, focusing on what is within your best interest and going for it, choosing it and standing behind that. Beautiful energy, Sagittarius. Very much reclaiming your authority, but reclaiming your authority in your own life through honoring your inner child, allowing yourself to be seen truly as you are, and prioritizing that, or prioritizing someone you dearly love in your life. And that in that you could also be realizing, again, a dream, a great dream, a wish or desire. All right, I will leave it there. I hope you all have a wonderful month of April ahead. I will not be posting anything for about 2 weeks because I will be going on vacation, but I will be posting again starting towards the end of April. I'll do a round of my Tarot Bite readings, which are just short weekly readings for each sign, and then I will jump into May's Illumination reading. So I hope you all have a wonderful month of April again, and I will see you in May. Bye, Sagittarius.